Hello and welcome to Gaming with Creatia. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I'm here with my co-hosts. You know them, you love them. Pornhub Poppy, Sultan of Spitter Swallow, Daddy Delgato, my friend Vince.
Finish him.
And joining us, if you really want to, I can give you my address. Joining us this evening to talk what motherfucking Mortal Kombat 1. She is host of the Sheely Showcase Inside the Mind of In the Crowd and Storytime with Miss Katie Kinzy, baby.
Hold up. What up?
And I'm sure you guys are like, what the fuck is this? Vince and I want to sit down because we both really enjoyed our experiences with Mortal Kombat 1. So we want to talk about some of the gameplay, some of the things we liked, some things we didn't like, differences like that. And Katie is an avid, jealous side piece over here, just watching from the sidelines, being like, I wish I could get in on this, but I can't. So she's got questions. When we talk about it, she's going to be in there and be like, hey, what's this like? How fun is it? I wish I could do all that. Like, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
Good shit.
Not a side piece.
I sideline, side piece. You know what I mean? You know what
They're
I mean?
different.
You're
The
cheering
bench player.
from the sideline.
She's sitting
you're
on
the
the
bench
sideline.
player. You're
The bench player.
the sixth man or seven. What is it in sports? Sixth man? Is that what it is?
Yeah, six man.
I'm a
Yeah,
bench
You're not-
warmer.
okay.
The bench warmer until she gets that PS5.
But Mortal Kombat 1. Vince,
Yes.
just in general, with what you've done so far, how you feeling about the game?
Oh, I love the game, honestly, from like the gameplay aspects of it to the graphics to the story to the game modes and everything they've had. It's not my favorite Mortal Kombat. That still goes to Mortal Kombat 9, aka Mortal Kombat, the remake. But this one is a close second. I am enjoying it a lot more than I am Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat X. I just think the story is so well done. It's something completely different. It feels so cinematic, and we'll talk about that in another time. But even the gameplay wise, like, it's such a smooth gameplay. I feel like I've been able to like really get a hold of at least 10 plus characters, which is almost half of the roster. And like all these different characters I'm enjoying. And I couldn't really say that for 11 and X. The last time I could say I can go with like 8 different characters was Mortal Kombat 9.
Okay. I have also been really enjoying it. Not to the same degree you have, because I don't know why I love these games so much, but I suck
gore.
at them. I really do. Like, I'm playing them, I'm pushing buttons, and the buttons that I'm hitting aren't doing what the fuck I want them to do. I do everything on easy. I don't do it on medium or hard. I'm just trying to get through and have some fun and unlock the shit that I want to unlock. I'm not going online and fighting anyone because I'm not trying to get my ass kicked and 9-year-olds talking shit to me.
Do you want to go online and play against each other?
I do not want to lose to you in any way, shape, or form ever.
I'll go on easy mode with you.
I'm not trying to take that L. We'll talk a little bit about campaign. Like, there will be another time where Vince and I get very deep into campaign, and you guys will see a bunch of cool shit. But that won't be here. But we'll talk.
We'll
general
throw
overviews.
You with the campaign later.
Well, general overviews of what the kind of campaign is and how we enjoyed it and all that. Because some of that's going to fall into what I want to talk about. Katie, before we get started, you got any questions from what you've seen or anything like that about what's going on here?
So like I think I know like the general gist of the storyline because like I have played the past few games. Nothing on the top of my head.
Okay.
If I have a question, I'll just raise my hand.
Do you mind spoilers?
I mean, I was gonna get them in some way, shape, or form, anyways. So I'd rather get it from YouTube.
Full on details with spoilers, but there's some stuff you can't avoid spoiling without talking about the game.
Yeah, I mean that's
I
fine.
plan on fully spoiling major parts of the campaign story because
that's okay.
A slight gripe that I have. So
it's fine.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Yeah,
let's talk campaign. So, you and I have both completed the campaign. You probably on like medium or hard, me on easy. Not very easy, but easy. Very, like you said, very cinematic. I fucking loved it. It's gorgeous. It looks great. You've got Megan Fox as a vampire because that's who she's in real life with Natara and a bunch of fun shit. Yes.
Where do you stand on all this hate that Megan Fox is getting for being a voice actress for Natara?
Doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. Like,
It doesn't
they say
sound that bad, right?
It doesn't, and she says fucking 2 lines like before every match. Like, really, is it?
Y'all tripping over like the stupidest things.
It's
However,
internet.
I also have a little bit of bias because the only time I ever really cry during a movie is when I see Megan Fox cry in Transformers 2. Not a lot of movies make me choke up, but whatever reason, every time watching that woman cry chokes me up. So like that's a real thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
and it's not about Sam Witwicky. It's just watching her cry makes me cry.
I get you. I get that.
How dare you?
You know what Melissa said when she found out that she was voicing Natara?
What?
She's like, "That's hot." I was like, "Yeah,
Glad-
yeah, it is." There.
So again, spoilers. If you haven't played the campaign, you don't want to know. Now's the time to turn off. We find out that essentially Mortal Kombat has gone the route of everything in pop culture, and we got a motherfucking multiverse.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
I'm not gonna say how it comes into play and everything. There is a multiverse. There's some really cool shit that goes on at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is a reveal of how this all comes into play and all of that. And again, more in depth later. But for now, there is a multiverse, which will lead into one of my gripes when we get into something a little later, because the way they do it is so fucking cool, but it's only cool in the campaign so far, and I'm kind of not happy about it. So.
Oh, I think I know where you're referencing to.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty upset about some things too in that regards. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Steer the train.
You guys you got any side thoughts or shout outs or mentions you want to drop in for the campaign?
No, not necessarily. Like I just kind of like sat back, kicked my feet up and enjoyed the ride, because I knew that at the end of 11 we're gonna get like a whole roster universe reset in the vision and creation of Liu Kang, and he did a really good job of making everyone hot as fuck and
Jesus
like
Christ.
everyone in this. I think I sent you a TikTok. It was like, why did Liu Kang make everyone so fuckable? He made Havoc fuckable.
I mean,
And that's
half his face as well. Eventually, it gets there. No, I agree. So some key things that you might not know.
Yes.
When Liu Kang made some changes, he stripped certain sorcerers of their power in hopes that they would not ever become a threat again. He made Shao Kahn Sindel's bitch, not husband. Melina is not a clone. She is actually Katana's sister.
Twin sister, actually.
Speaking of siblings, Bihan, the original Sub-Zero who becomes Noob Saibot, however you want to say it, in later games, is Sub-Zero. Kuai Liang, who we all know as the Sub-Zero with the scar on his eye that
Baby
we're all
Sub-Zero.
used to playing as, is Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
And Hanzo Hasashi may have a cameo later, but he is not Scorpion. So
he's not in this universe.
As of the beginning of the universe, there is no Shiryu.
Shiraryu.
Yeah, that's what I said.
yeah, that's what he said.
They don't exist. It's just the Lin Kuei, and the Lin Kuei consists of Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Smoke, Cyrax, and Sector somewhere in the background.
They're mentioned as members that are
doing their thing.
undoubtedly loyal to Bihan.
But Bihan and Kuai Liang, brothers, Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Yes. I like the twist. I like the twist. I saw a lot of people like, oh, what the fuck? Like, they changed everything. What about Hanzo? Yada, yada. I was initially just kind of like, what are they fucking doing? But then I thought about, like, what TC always tells us. Just let it play out. Just let it play out. And I'm glad I let it play out because I actually enjoyed it. Because then I went ahead and did the towers for like the tower endings with Smoke, and actually revealed where Hanzo Hasashi is. He's actually a young kid, kind of like Robin of the Lin Kuei for Scorpion, and he is kind of like the protege to Kuai Liang's Scorpion, and he's going to be a
Well,
future Shirai Ryu member.
Smoke joined because he didn't have a daddy, so he kind of got adopted. And then they were like, "All right, we're going to start the Shiryu, so we need to find some initiates." And then they find this kid, turns out to be Hanzo, and Smoke's like, "I'm gonna bring this one in, and we're going to train him because he also doesn't have daddy, you know." So like daddy issues getting together, doing their thing. Got to be happy for that.
Yeah, and I like the creation of the Shirai Ryu too, and then also in Kuai Liang's Scorpion's Tower ending, we find out that Hiromu Shirai is the name of, like, obviously the wife of Hanzo Hasashi, but in this timeline, it looks like Kuai Liang is the one that is the romantic interest of Hiromu Shirai, and they named the Shirai Ryu after her.
Yep.
Cool.
So they give some backstory.
Fun little things there. All right, let's talk the next mode, invasion mode.
Yes.
So invasion mode, which is under campaign, essentially took what was the crypt in Mortal Kombat 11, which I loved,
Mhm.
I do too.
the seasonal tower mode from Mortal Kombat 11, and fuck them together into one thing, because there is a portion of that area where you can go and you can do just straight up towers like you used to be able to. There's a little island you can travel to, all of that. I am not a huge fan of this because I really loved crypt mode. I loved being able to go in. I loved, there were like certain challenges and things that you would do with the random character that they gave you, unlocking, like puzzles and shit like that, and all of that fun shit. And for me, the invasion mode has some of that, and I'm playing through it and I'm unlocking shit and it's cool, but it's not as cool as the crypt was for me. It's very much like a board game.
It is. The best and the best aspect of it initially is like, oh, this is cool. It's like a board game. It gives you like a vibe of like when you played the original Super Mario 3 game on the NES, and you go in from like from one
world to world
next, and then you're just seeing your little like Mario character going up and down. You kind of do that with your Mortal Kombat character here, and I like that you get to do this mode, and it helps you level up your specific character that you want to specifically level up. My only downside is that there's so many like towers, there's so many like random encounters, like it's Pokemon. And it's like, bro, I'm just trying to get through this fucking tower so I can unlock shit. I'm just trying to get through this goddamn map so I can unlock shit. I don't want to have to fight the same fucking people in the universe.
I took a different approach. I've built every main character up to level 5, and every cameo character up to level 2 before I switch them out, because at level 2 you get your first new palette for your cameo characters. So I've been switching cameo characters out and getting them. So I'm just going to go level by level with the cameo characters to unlock things with them and keep switching them out. So once they get to level 3, then I pick a new one, and so on and so forth. And then with the main characters, so far I've played with Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Smoke, and Raiden, and I've got them all up to level 5. And then as you level them up, I've also unlocked all of the cameos that are available now, because I am personally at level 25. So I finally got Montaro.
I don't have Montaro yet.
Yeah, I got that. And then each time you level up a character, you unlock either a brutality, a new palette, which is just like a kind of, it's either a color.
It's just a color.
Or not always, because sometimes it's a new skin as well. So you can either get a new skin that has a colorway, or just a new color for what is existing there, and you go in and customize how you want to do it. Every character also has their own unique items. So like most of the ninjas have masks, so you'll also get random masks for the ninjas, or like the sword or wings for Natara that look different and cool that you can kind of customize your character with, along with the new looks. So that part's really cool. I hate that we have to get the gold coins and then go to the dragon and have him melt them, and then all I'm getting is fucking concept art.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that.
Pissing me
Not the
off.
concept art.
That's the only thing I don't like is like I'm with you. Like I love the crypt. I think my favorite crypt was Mortal Kombat X, where you were going in that graveyard. Fucking fantastic. And you had all these like side missions. You have to unlock all these different items to get through different parts of the crypt, and then you can just go ahead and explore and play through the games to earn the coins and go ahead and try to unlock more stuff there. I'll give them credit for trying to do something different. Most gaming gaming like organizations, franchises, whatever, they stand pat on their laurels and they don't really try to explore things. And I will give credit to Mortal Kombat in the sense where like they've been at it for 35 plus years and they're still out here trying to push the envelope, trying to find something different, and not just standing pat. Is it a hit? Not necessarily, but it's not necessarily a miss. It's not terrible.
I agree. However, here's where my biggest hit comes from. The end of the campaign, when you introduced the whole idea of invasion, you gave me all of these cool fucking like DBZ fusion characters where it's like fucking Shao Kahn fucked Melina and now we got Melina Khan and shit like that. And she's got a hammer and shit. And that's what I wanted to see in Invasion. That's what the fuck I wanted to fight. I didn't want to fight the guys of just like the different looks and palettes that I can get for every character. I was like, let me go in there and get like, so essentially, because it's a multiverse, Katie, right?
Yeah.
There's like a multiverse where Shao Kahn, everyone is made in the image of Shao Kahn. Everyone is made in the image of like whatever character, right?
Okay.
And they all come in. So like you'll have like a whole group of like all of the characters, but they all are Tarkatan and they look like Baraka, but like think of like reptile Baraka, you know, like shit like that. And it was so cool that they introduced this shit. You get to fight some of those people on your way up at the end. And that's what I wanted in Invasion. That's what I thought Invasion was going to be, was like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go to these multiverses. I'm going to get to fight like motherfucking the Tarkatan universe and all these cool variations of these motherfuckers. No, not yet. I think
they had like Sub-Zero, Kung Lao. They could do the hatch shit, but also freeze you.
Yeah.
They had weird variations.
Really cool shit.
Really cool shit.
What I will say is, because they took the idea from the towers from Mortal Kombat 11, this is a season. So the first season is centered around Scorpion as the main bad, and everything that you're getting are palettes kind of in the Scorpion vein for every character, and you're unlocking stuff for that. You also get your coins and you can go buy shit. I did buy dope ass Yakuza Liu Kang for 6,000 fucking coins today.
Dude, the shirtless one
had it up. Yes.
He
6,000 coins. I went and got that.
He looks so jacked. Shit. He looks so jacked.
Literally, you can get all your characters just like full of fucking tattoos. And they'll cost like 4,000. They're in a certain color, but like they'll be all tatted up and shit. It looks dope as shit for a lot of them.
I got the same one for Scorpion because he has like the sleeveless. Like he has like it's just like a sleeve tattoo, and then like the rest is just like a sleeve. That was cool. I can't wait to see what they do for the next seasons. But in case you didn't know, if you have the seasonal coins and you think about just like saving them up for cool shit, use them up before the season ends because they reset every season. So
I've been buying everything, Vince. I bought all the masks just for shits and giggles. Then I saved up to get the skins that I want. So I've kind of picked those out, and then I'm just going to kind of go through and get everything else as we go.
Yeah.
So.
No. Just in case. I want to have some clarity there. Just in case you're like, oh, I'm saving up for something.
Which,
cool.
I mean, they do that in every game. Like, so one of the things that's kind of sucked for me is my best friend John and I play a lot of Diablo 4, and I've not really had the desire to play Diablo 4 because all I want to fucking play is Mortal Kombat. And he's like hitting me up every night, Diablo, and I'm like, I love you and I miss you, but I also just kind of want to say fuck Diablo. Because, like, that's a grind, right? But this is also a grind. But this is a new grind, so it's fun. Like, it's a new fun grind.
Yeah.
That grind I've been grinding on for a little while. So, like,
so you got tired of grinding on Diablo's dick, and you want to grind on Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. I'm trying to get that Mortal Kombat dick.
Next month, I'm getting that Spider-Man double dick.
Not me. But
also not me.
So like I really enjoy that and I want to put more time into it. I just haven't had the chance. If I had, I'd have a lot more shit. But yeah, I'm grinding it out before the fucking season's over. I'm gonna try and unlock everything. Just
Yeah.
because one of my favorite aspects, I know a lot of people didn't like it in Mortal Kombat 11, was the customization of all the characters and how cool you can make them look and shit.
Yeah, I'll say this. They first introduced it in Injustice 2, I wasn't a fan of it because it felt like I couldn't figure it. The thing that really pissed me off, and I feel like an idiot now because with Mortal Kombat 11, I figured it out. But with the Ninja Turtles, I couldn't figure out how to change the Ninja Turtles, and I felt like I didn't know you had to go in there and change like the skin or whatever so it'd be a different Ninja Turtle. I'm like, how do I do the character changing selecting? I want to change the turtle. Like, how the fuck do I do it? Pissed me off. Felt like it was a lot of customization. Mortal Kombat 11 had a fair balance between what they have now in Mortal Kombat 1 and what they had in Injustice 2. I
Yep.
felt like that was a good happy medium where I felt like, okay, this isn't overwhelming and I feel like it's still like fun customizations. So that's one negative, is that they reduced it. In Injustice 2, they had 5. Mortal Kombat 11, they had 3 customization items. This time around, they only have the 1 item per character plus the outfit or palette or whatever that you change.
And in this invasion mode, there are a bunch of like extra items like talismans and shit like that that you can buy or that you can unlock and equip to make your character more powerful, and things that you can add that give them like permanent buffs against certain attacks and things like that. So there's some really cool shit you can get at the shop from the collector, who's not in the game but is in the game.
Yeah, I love that was the perfect place to put him in the game because he's the collector, so he's the one you get your items from. I will say I like the talisman aspect of it because it reminds me of Jackie Chan Adventures. Because the first talisman you get is like it's like a flame one, kind of like like what Scorpion does. And it's like that's just like the dragon talisman. I'm just like shooting fucking flames from my fist, and I'm not even using Scorpion. That's so fucking cool. Then I use like the Sub-Zero one, and you can freeze people. Like you have this freezing ability of it. It's very fun. I will say the talismans are fun.
I will say I have them equipped and I rarely remember to use them in battle. I'm trying to fucking do the little I suck. I've got fat fucking thumbs and I swear to God I hit front and back and I always jump and I don't know how. I'm using the fucking D-pad, not the joystick. I'm trying to hit shit and it's not fucking working. It drives me nuts, which is why I play on easy, because otherwise I'd be getting my ass kicked because half the time I'm trying to do shit and it doesn't fucking work. And then they've got buffs and shit where like the characters will be unstoppable except for a certain point in their attack where when they're blue, where you can actually hit them and break the attack. And I also suck at blocking, which is a problem I've always had. I've always been offensive, not defensive. Like I'm in there to fight, not stand back and take hits and wait for a spot. That's not how I operate.
Yeah, you're not Floyd Money Mayweather.
Exactly.
Jesus.
So I've gotten through the second island. There are, I think, not counting the Tower Island and the Training Island, which is the Wuxi Academy. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 islands that you can go to. 4 or 5.
Okay.
I can look it up if you want.
Yeah, I think there are 6 or 7 total. And then 2 of one is just you go there and you can battle towers, seasonal tower shit. And then 1 is training one that you can go into and do some shit. You can actually get some really cool shit.
3, 4, 5.
Okay.
6. There's 8 total.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
I was close.
You're very close.
Yeah, very.
Oh, I didn't count Johnny Cage's house though. That's probably why.
I don't know if it's part of it. I don't know if you can see it or not.
You start off in Johnny Cage's house. That's like kind of the tutorial of how this is going to work.
Yeah, I don't think it counts because I don't know how to get back to Johnny Cage's house.
Yeah.
So I don't think it counts.
Then there's regular in campaign. There's regular tower mode. Well, actually, Katie, do you have any questions about Invasion or the campaign before we?
I mean, not really a question, but I kind of agree with you. If you show all of these like cool ass like multiverse versions of characters, like variants, why would you not have that be the invasion aspect? I feel like that's a wasted opportunity.
I agree.
I was agreeing with you.
You didn't even have to give us anything different. Just give us the variants we had there. I just want to see more of those.
Yeah, I mean, you can fuck around, like have like you
I mean,
do
they were fucking
you
around.
do
That's why
when
they are
one
very.
tower, like the last tower that you have to do or whatever, like you can have that be like a specific person you can unlock and play as. That like is a new one that you didn't see like in the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. It's maybe it's something that gets added later on. I think at this point I'm just like really grinding to get all the attires. So I don't know if you noticed this, Matt, but there were a few alternate attires for the characters of the main roster that you don't have right now. Like for instance, in the first fight where you have Kung Lao and Raiden in their civilian clothes, I want to
Yep.
be able to use that attire. Later on, where they're like Earthrealm defenders or whatever, Johnny Cage kind of has like this full bodysuit, and Kung Lao has more like an armored like attire. We don't have those in the game. And
Fun fact: I will only be using Johnny Cage as motherfucking Jean-Claude Van Damme in little biker shorts. That is it.
God.
Yeah,
That's
I bet you would.
shocking.
I bet you would. I'm trying to just like unlock everything I can. I hope that those attires are available later.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to keep unlocking them. Maybe they're like the last few unlockables in like the rankings of that specific character. But it'd be such a shame. It's like it's that quote from Kevin Garnett, the basketball player. It sometimes gets played on Young Kings Wrestling, and the quote goes, "Why would you show me something if I can't have it? Why would you show me something if you know I can't have it?"
That's right.
Yeah. I got a Horror King. It's literally labeled Horror King version of Johnny Cage, which you think would be like, oh, that's Matt. Nope, just fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, Johnny Cage. That's the only one I'm fucking with. There are some really cool looks though. The last aspect of the campaign mode, and really kind of because as you get into it, like I said, you go down and there's a shrine, and the shrine you offer 1,000 coins that melt shit, and then it gives you concept art. It may randomly unlock a piece of gear, music, stuff like that, but most of that, and then that's all the stuff in your collection along with the ending videos and stuff like that that you can unlock. They have the PvP mode that you can go do, but in under campaign, the last thing they have is the towers. So you have your regular like short easy 6-person tower, then they get taller and taller and taller, and that's where you unlock your character endings. And I know Vince has been unlocking a shit ton of character endings. I've unlocked a few. Listen, I get it. It's Mortal Kombat, right? Like this is how we do character endings. We do like sketches and drawings, and we have a narrator kind of go through the sketches and tell us what's going on. It tells a story. You gave me a cinematic motherfucking masterpiece. I think we relaunched the franchise. I think it's time to just play me a fucking movie at the end of this shit.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're at now. I need a full-on motherfucking cinematic movie at the end of every tower of what the fuck's going on, and not just like pictures
create
and
They could do it.
the Mortal Kombat cinematic multiverse, like in the campaign mode. They need to give it to us everywhere.
Or
tower endings, everything.
Johnny Cage's tower ending.
Yeah. I've unlocked I think 10 tower endings so far. I've been trying to get through the roster. This is roster 23 if you're pre-ordered because you get Shang Tsung. If you don't pre-order, then it's 22 minus Shang Tsung. So I'm about halfway there. Tomorrow's my first day off that I've had since last week Sunday, and I don't have anything planned for this Sunday like I did last week. So I might actually be able to play a little bit more of it.
I did Smoke, Scorpion, Reptile, and Johnny Cage, and I think that's as far as I've gotten.
I got all of those. I've done Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Geras, and I think that might be.
Yeah, I like my ninjas, so I
like my ninjas too. I love my ninjas.
We love ninjas.
Who's your favorite character to play with, Vince?
The favorite player to play with would probably be Liu Kang, just because he's so OP and so fun to use. Like I love. My favorite thing about Mortal Kombat, I like to use the special attacks and everything, but I like to do like the punching, kicking combos and like just like actually be like an actual fight. And Liu Kang has like some of the best kick punch combos variations in the game, and he has very easy special attacks to learn. He's so fucking OP. In terms of just like favorite character in the franchise, it would be Smoke though.
Okay.
What about you?
I have not played with him yet, but I've fought a lot of Reiko, and he is very much a wrestler.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of excited to play with him. Also, he looks like John Morrison.
Wow, where? I don't see it.
Look at Reiko. Go look at Reiko with his hair in the ponytail, or put black face paint on John Morrison over the eyes, and yeah.
Okay.
So far, I think I'd probably say Smoke's my favorite to play with. I really used to like playing with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but I feel like they've changed a lot of the gameplay with both of them.
They have. I would
Definitely looks like John Moore. See what I'm talking about? It definitely looks like John Morrison.
No, like
look.
I agree.
Now that I look at it and I see it, it's kind of like that moment from How I Met Your Mother where like the glass shatters and like someone points something out to you and you can't unsee it. He's not exactly John Morrison, but you know
But
what?
it's like it's the overall vibe,
It's
the hair
so
of the pony.
close. You know why? Because I've actually never seen John Morrison without his beautiful, long, gorgeous hair tied up in the bun. His hair in the bun, put the black face paint on the eyes and stuff.
There is a head with him in a bun too, and I think that might have been when I first noticed it.
Really?
Yeah, because like Reiko's whole thing is like different heads, and sometimes there are helmets and shit on him. That's his gear piece.
Mm-hmm.
But he does a double leg takedown. He does a lot of ground and pound. He's very much a wrestler, and I think I'm gonna have fun with that. But
That's
of
cool.
what I played so far, I used to love Scorpion. I used to love Sub-Zero because of what you said, the kicking and punching combos. I don't feel like they're the same as they used to be.
No. I don't like that Sub-Zero's uppercut. It's just like him going up with like an ice pick thing.
Yeah, like a palm bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like you have to really time it differently. Like it's annoying. I do like still using Sub-Zero as a character to fight with. He has a few moves in there that I've been able to combo together. With Scorpion, actually, this is the first time I've actually been able to properly use Scorpion. Fun fact here, as much as I love Scorpion, I've always sucked with Scorpion. I could just never get his moves down, like combos down. I've just always been terrible. This is probably the first time I've actually been able to like use him to some level of success. And what I do like is that he has like his Sub-Zero slide, but now it's just kind of like a flame slide.
Yeah.
So I do like that aspect. I
you know
like
who else is really fun?
who?
Reptile.
Dude, he's so fucking cool. Oh my god. Can we just talk about how the glow up this man got in the game?
Him and Baraka.
Baraka and Reptile are no longer side pieces. They are the star. They are the all-stars of this team. Out of the entire franchise, the entire roster, those two probably had the biggest glow-ups.
See, Katie, there's hope for you. You just got to get PS5.
I don't.
You go from side piece to the star of this show.
But like no, like they
Katie.
just they could have just been really nice and just made it for the PS4.
Look,
But no, I was gonna fuck myself.
You can
I mean,
get it on the Switch.
I don't have a Switch.
No, don't get it on the
Switch.
fucking
It looks-
Switch.
I've heard terrible things about it on the Switch.
No, do
I
not
also
get
don't
on the
own
Switch.
a Switch.
Like I'll make this case. I'll make two cases. One for why you should just get a PS5, not anytime soon, but eventually get your PS5 because you're gonna get a PS5 anyways, right? So whenever you get your PS5, wait till Black Friday. It's easier to get a PS5 now. You'll probably get a good deal around Christmas time during the holidays. You might maybe even get a bundle with Mortal Kombat, or it
So
might
could
be.
be.
Say what?
No,
You don't need two.
I know I don't need two, but I would like to have both.
Well, that's one point. The second point is, as a fan of like other franchises that still have PS4 platform games and the PS5 versions of the games, I feel like the development team is just kind of like split. Like they're focusing a little bit on the PS5 version. They have to focus some on the PS4 version, and they don't get like the full perfect product. And they're doing this with Spider-Man as well, where it's only going to come out for next gen consoles. And unfortunately, that's just where we are. I used to be where Katie was because I had a PS2 I couldn't upgrade to the PS3, and I just sat there playing the PS2 version, which was not even close as good as the PS3 version was of like other games that I wanted to play. So I'd rather them focus on just the newer gen consoles, and I feel like that's what made Mortal Kombat 1
You're only
look
saying that because you have a PS5. If you had a
100%.
PS4, you would not be
100%.
saying that at all. You'd be like, "Fuck this! I want my Mortal Kombat."
I do.
100% correct. But I will say, being on the right side of history here,
Oh, just because I didn't have $800 to drop on a fucking PS5.
it's like
500.
$550.
Whatever. I also don't have that.
But you have
I have
money
student
to
loans I gotta
drop
start paying back.
on WWE tickets. Come on now.
Hey, how she uses her money is her prerogative. All right.
And I had the money saved because I was going regardless. I have to start paying student loans back soon. I'm not gonna have money.
Anyway, back to my point before we started talking about Katie's financial situation. Uh, the fact that they were able to just keep
Got
it for
us
next gen consoles, I felt like is what allowed the graphic development team to really make this game look and feel so great. This is honestly probably the best Mortal Kombat game since Mortal Kombat 9, since Mortal Kombat 2011.
How we not come up with Katie Coinstar yet?
Kitty Coinstar, write that down.
With a K,
not ready.
because
I'm not
Mortal
writing it down.
Kombat.
Got it.
Mortal Kombat.
I do love that aspect of Mortal Kombat. Everything starts with a K. Every kiss begins with a K.
No,
And it's-
I was singing it.
There's a lot of good. The game is absolutely beautiful. The fatalities, not only do you get to do fatalities with your character, but because we have cameos now, you can also do cameo character fatalities.
Yes.
So if you want to switch
Okay.
it up, you don't like you're tired. You're doing a tower, and you're like, I've done Sub-Zero's fatality 3 times. Whatever cameo character you can pick, if you go all the way over to the cameo moves, your cameo characters have a separate fatality where like your character just steps out of the way, the cameo character comes in, does the fatality, and
I haven't been able to actually do a cameo character fatality. How do you actually do that? Do you have to unlock the cameo character
No.
fatality?
no, you just go over in your move list to cameo. And at the bottom of the list of the moves for the cameo, there's a fatality. So when it comes up to fatality, it's always going to be R1, which is how you bring in. It's going to end with R1 because that's how you bring in your cameo character.
Mhm.
But it'll just be like back, forward, down, R1, and then it does,
Oh,
and it tells you where.
I feel like
The
an
only problem
idiot.
you should. The only problem that I've had is when it says close. Close doesn't mean close.
close
Wait,
means
Close doesn't mean get up on the guy and do it because it won't
just-
set off the fatality. I was having that problem with Goro, and I actually went online and I'm like, why can't I do this? And everyone's like, take like 4 steps back and kind of do it almost mid and it'll work. And then it did. And I'm like, you motherfuckers.
I've been having the same issues because I was trying to do like fatalities that said mid, and actually I realized I just have to go further back,
Yep.
which is fucking stupid.
So whatever it says, you just have to do a little more.
The nice one is like guys like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, you can do theirs anywhere. It says anywhere. So like you're good. there.
Okay.
But
Well,
Those are
that's
the
good.
best kind of fatalities. So you brought up the cameo, and I did want to ask a question. How do you feel about the cameo gameplay aspect of the game? Do you hate it? Do you like it? Are you indifferent about it? Do you not even notice it?
I hate when the computer uses it against me and fucks my shit up. I'm not great with the cameos. I like the fatality aspect of having them there because that's a little fun side thing, and a lot of them they're all based on like classic characters from the original Mortal Kombat
Mhm.
or the second Mortal Kombat, like the original game. So they all look like that. Like you have like the original Sonya Blade and Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and they're like original ninja gear and shit. And
That's
then the
cool.
fatalities are the original fatalities that they had in the first games. So like
Nice.
My
Scorpion
favorite
pulling
is the
mask off
Cyrax
and
one.
breathing, Cyrax blowing up, all that. So
Nice. Okay.
and Vince, for you, when you get to a node and it has a clue,
Mhm.
some of those you have to do the cameo fatality to unlock that node. That's the secret to the clue. So the cameo fatality might be the name that is in the clue, and then you do that cameo fatality, and it unlocks that node. Then you can go on, like, go get a secret chest or something in Invasion.
What the?
So,
I just
yeah,
been just doing fights and beating people as fast as I can.
you got to pay attention.
Gotta
That's
watch
not
out
my
for the
strength.
Blue's Clues.
That's not what I'm here
But
for.
some of them are cool, some of them aren't. Like, for whatever reason, I think it's Jax. It was either Jax or Goro. One of them I kept bringing in, and I kept doing it, and he just kind of comes and stands there, and he doesn't do anything. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong or why. Like, maybe I'm like too far away, and when he comes in, he's not close enough to hit the guy. I don't know what I'm fucking up, but some of the cameos I can't get to work, some I can. It all depends.
Okay, all right. Well, I haven't actually hit a fatality with a cameo character, so that's my next objective. I have gotten a few fatalities so far. I think my favorite one, I really like Katana's fatality, where she levitates you and just like does her fans into like, kind of like a grinder and just like disintegrates you into tiny little like taco meat.
Reptiles is my favorite because I'm a big fan of eating out. Big fan of eating out.
Big fan.
Obviously, Liu Kang's finisher, a fatality, is fucking fantastic. I want to unlock the black hole one where he just like grabs you from the neck or whatever, snaps the black hole into existence, and just like sucks your skin and everything off of you.
That'd be cool. I have not unlocked any new fatalities.
Neither have I. Like I said, we're adults. We're adulting. We haven't had a chance to sit there and grind it and no life.
And it's crazy because like some will just have like 2 fatalities, and some people have like 4 different fatalities you can do.
The fuck?
So
that doesn't seem balanced and fair.
Fatalities.
Why don't we talk about the roster before
get out of here?
Yeah. So, is there anyone in the roster that isn't included that you're disappointed or hope is DLC in the future?
Yes, and well, one, my big wish for DLC is Black Adam, because you're already giving me John Cena as motherfucking Peacemaker. So I need Black Adam because it is DC, The Rock as Black Adam, so I can do Rock versus Cena with fatalities.
Thrice in a lifetime.
Thrice in a lifetime with fatalities. I need that. But
yeah.
I don't know. When I think Liu Kang recreated the world, I feel like he's kind of fucking sexist because he brought back all of his friends that had dicks and not Sonya as a main character, and I feel like that was kind of fucked up.
That's low-key fucked up.
I think they're gonna introduce them later because in Kenshi's tower ending, he actually joins and starts a brand new like outworld investigation agency with Jax Briggs. So then he later becomes canon in the universe.
Oh, yeah. They'll bring Jax in because Jax has a penis, but Sonya got left out because she's got a vagina. It's fucked up.
Well, Katana's there, Melina's there, Tanya's there, Nataro's there.
Yeah, they're there in Outworld, away from everybody, because he couldn't have a relationship with Katana because his Katana isn't there. So he just kind of sent them over there, made them sisters, blah 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 blah, and separated himself from.
So
all the women.
He's getting rid of all the temptation in Earthrealm. Got it.
Exactly.
Listen, man, if Sonya was in Earthrealm too, I'd be tempted to.
I mean, again, let it play out. This is Mortal Kombat 1, right? So obviously we're getting new games. I want to see Bihan become Noob Saibot. Love Noob. Or how that works. Same thing with Cyrax Sector. I prefer Smoke as a ninja, not as a robot, but Robot Smoke might be on the table.
I don't want him to get cyberized. I really don't. That's why I love Mortal Kombat 9 so much, is because we got human Smoke instead of cyber Smoke.
There was a mini mention of Kotal Khan, just Kotal, in the campaign. So
and
him
Shiva
being around would be interesting. Yep. Goro as a playable character would be fun.
I've never cared for either Goro or Montaro to be like playable characters because they just kind of feel like boss characters and they're always so slow. And I hate using characters that are just like
But they're
slow.
OP.
I just don't like slow characters. I like the quickness. That's why I like Liu Kang so much in this year's game. It's because all his combos are quick as fuck. All his strikes are quick, and I'm just like, yes,
Quick as fuck, boy.
Fast as fuck, boy.
yeah, that. For me, personally, I think the only exclusion from this one that I wish was included, and I think you could include it. Yes, Sonya is a good option as a character as to why she's not in here, but Jade, I love Jade. I think Jade would have been a great character to include, especially given that she's always been best friends with Katana. Where is she in this whole new universe, this new era?
I know that we kind of got a version of it, but I've always kind of wondered why, because we even talk about in the campaign how he and Liu Kang sat down and came up with the idea of the tournament to foster peace, not because of war. King Jared.
Well, he actually was able to take full control of like the
I know
Ermac
we
body,
kind of got it, but not really.
kind of, but not really.
Now with DLC, we are getting what, Quan Chi.
We're getting Quan Chi, we're getting Ermac, we're getting Omni Man, we're getting Homelander, Peacemaker, and Takeda.
Takeda.
Yeah, Takeda.
So Takeda, Quan Chi, and Ermac are the three actual characters in the game that we're going to get.
I have a little Austin theory about Takeda. So everybody thinks this is the Takeda from the Mortal Kombat X, the Combat Kids, Takeda Takahashi Takeda. I think this is going to be Hanzo Hasashi, and Takeda is going to be his like alias.
Okay.
Because
you know who I want?
Who?
The dude from the new Mortal Kombat movie. Well, it's not a new Mortal Kombat movie now, but like Hanzo Hasashi's like great grandson, who was in the Mortal Kombat movie.
Some shit.
Cole, yeah.
Cole.
Where the fuck is Cole? I need
Fuck
Cole.
that guy.
Yeah, what?
No, I need Cole.
But no, that would be smart though. Like you just had the movie a few years ago.
And they're making
him in the
another
game.
movie, so like,
include him in the
fucking game.
Oh, fuck
if he's the main
guy.
character, have him as a DLC. Fuck around a little. No, I agree with Matt. Where are you that way? Yeah.
No, fuck that guy. I don't like him.
He did nothing wrong to you.
Did everything. Existed. That's what he did.
You're saying you think Hanzo Hasashi is going to be Takeda. One other thing that I'd love is, because I don't feel like it was ever, maybe it was in one of the games and I just don't remember, but I don't really like, we have realms, right? We know the Nether Realm, and we know who's from the Nether Realm and what the Nether Realm is, and we know about Outworld and who's from Outworld and what Outworld is. But you've got the Chaos Realm, which Havoc is from, and he is in the game, and then the Order Realm. But we haven't really explored what the Chaos and Order realms are really about and where they're from. So
they kind of teased that at the end of the campaign mode that Havoc of the Chaos Realm might be a key player in either DLC gameplay that they release or in the next game. They teased that with Shinnok.
Lore.
Yeah.
Yep. I love lore, and I would love more of like the other realms that we don't know, like that we know exist, but we haven't really got into and explored and where these people are from.
Like we also know about Edenia, but now they kind of lump that all together with Outworld. So the explanation was because Shao Kahn actually merged Edenia with Outworld. Physically, it can't be unmerged. So no matter how many times they reset the timeline, it's still just the one realm. Edenians are just like a race of people that live in that world now. Yeah. But anything else that we haven't covered?
Any questions, Katie, or any people that you might want to see in the game that
isn't Cole Young?
Well, Cole Young. That's kind of disrespectful that Jade and Sonya aren't in the game. That's very disrespectful. Off the top of my head, no. It sounds like everyone that I usually like to play as or remember for the most part. I haven't played the games since the last one came out, so like I'm a little rusty on stuff. But No, I mean, besides Sonya and Jade, I think everyone else is accounted for.
Interactive arenas where
They
like
removed that.
they remove the fact that you can like pull things and hit people with them from the background.
Wait, no, what?
So you can't like grab monks and throw monks at people and shit.
I
That
love
stuff
that was
I
so
missed too.
fun.
Or like when you were
the
able to like
fuck?
uppercut a guy and it would knock him into another part of the fucking. I have not found that yet. So
No,
No, that's
and you're not going to.
disrespectful.
They actually removed it from the gameplay mechanic this year.
No, you know what?
that's
No.
something I'm not happy about.
Boo.
That's a boo. That's a boo.
That's a boo.
Boo Mortal
They-
Kombat 1. That was so fucking fun. That was one of my favorite parts of the game.
I will say they improved on the fatal blow aspect of it, where they introduced it in Mortal Kombat 11. So Mortal Kombat 9 obviously had the X-rays. Then they introduced the fatal blows in Mortal Kombat 11, which is essentially an X-ray that you get to use when your health bar is too low. However, it just felt like a cutscene that everyone kept playing and using and stuff like that. At least with the X-ray feature, you could use that meter to be your burn meter to enhance versions of your special moves. This time around with Mortal Kombat 1, you can actually block and like cut off like the animation of the fatal blow. So if someone hits you with a fatal blow, it won't just take a good 30% of your health. If you hit them or move out of the way or block it, it's so much easier to like not get hit with it.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Like I said, gameplay wise, it plays very well. You'll be able to
Mhm.
find at least one person that you enjoy, maybe at least 3 to 4 characters here. Like, I like what this person does.
And it looks fucking beautiful. It looks
it's
amazing.
graphically the best game they've had.
If I had any special requests, it would be Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and Jason from previous DLCs. Just bring back my horror DLCs. But
Yeah.
other than that, no.
Noob Saibot, yes, I agree with you earlier.
Yeah,
I think
noob.
he's here to be DLC, but I don't know if he'll be like a standalone character or a cameo character.
What if Hanzo becomes noob?
Now we're just confusing all the timelines.
Because Hanzo has to
Well,
be
like, what if?
someone.
Yeah.
And they can't just get rid of Noob because Noob is such a great character.
Yeah. Corrupted by Bihan, killed.
Maybe
Noob Saibot.
Bihan does end up being Noob regardless.
The possibility too.
And then Hanzo's the new Sub-Zero. Now we completely fuck everything up.
Yeah. Well, everything kind of falls in place. So I feel like at that point, then Hanzo would become Scorpion because he was trained by Scorpion and Smoke, and then Scorpion would take up, Kuai Liang would take up Sub-Zero's mantle because like,
So
we
we'd
saw
be
how
back to square one.
everything started to fall back into place with people like Kenshi.
Yeah.
So
I like how Liu Kang is like, what happened? And it's like, I got blinded. It's like, oh, I was hoping that your path would be different this time around. And
This
Kenji's
time?
like, what? It's like,
Nothing.
oh, nothing. I had no idea that you were going to be blind at some point in life.
That's fucked.
But I mean, you do see that everyone kind of starts falling into like the stuff that Liu Kang tried to keep them from. That stuff starts to kind of happen to them regardless. So like Melina being
fate.
Tarkatan, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
actually, that's
losing his eyes.
That's a story aspect that I love that they were able to add to Baraka and Melina. Tarkatans aren't a race. Tarkat is a disease that inflicts the people of Outworld, and then they're called Tarkatans because they have Tarkat, kind of like
They kind of
leopards.
become a race. Yeah,
They
but
kind of
like
become a
leopards.
race, but some actually just die off because
Yeah.
there's that nameless bald guy that confronts Shang Tsung at the beginning of the story mode, which we'll talk about. That I have my Austin theory that's Baraka.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then everything kind of starts like Bihan and Kuai Liang falling out. All that kind of falls into place. You know, Bihan being Bihan, Kuai Liang being Kuai Liang, and wanting to be noble and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
kind of starts falling into place, regardless. Like Katie said, fate. But if you guys have nothing else, I think that's it for this episode.
No, that's it. I think the only comparison to like Liu Kang trying to change everyone's like destinations and then everyone's still falling back into place is kind of like in Marvel with the Nexus events. Like when Doctor Strange in like the What If, he was trying to change everything, but he couldn't change a specific aspect where Jen dies or something.
Or if you want to talk DC, I forget exactly what they call them, but there are fixed points in time that cannot be changed.
Yeah. What was it in Spider-Verse?
Canon events.
A canon event. These
Yeah.
are canon events. Like Kenshi going blind is a canon event.
That's so terrible.
That's so
Melina
fucked, but
getting Tarkat or being Tarkatan. Yeah.
you know what's a common theme in all these timelines from the very first Mortal Kombat game from 92 till now is that they always cock block Katana and Liu Kang. They always cock block my guy. He can never have his hot Asian fan girl. God damn it. That's
I'd fuck a chick that was 1,000 years old if she looked like Katana, but neither here nor there.
Same.
I don't age discriminate.
Nope. All right. This has been an episode of Gaming with Creatia. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you guys want more, let us know. Vince and I are batting around maybe doing a little Pokemon DLC.
Yep.
Talking about Teal Mask and when the new DLC drops.
We should do a Spider-Man one, but you ain't about that life.
That's
about
true.
that Spider-Man life.
Maybe you can talk to Mara and you and Mark and sit down and do it. I know she's all excited for it. But for Daddy Delgato, the Salt and Spitter Swallow, my friend Vince, and Miss Katie Kinzy Bay, I am the patron saint of podcast and the Word Man Ritter, and this has been the #1 gaming conversation podcast on Pornhub. That won't be on Pornhub. It'll be on YouTube. All right. Bye.